Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world. This is Brunch Boxing. I'm your host, Matt, with a very, very special edition of Brunch Boxing, our yearly tradition, the annual Brunch Boxing Draft. Ezra, you're here. Last year, I gotta admit, you put belt to ass. You had a better draft than I did.
Every year, my friend, every year.
But
You know
this
what?
year, I'm coming for the crown.
Here's the thing. They say it's like hard to repeat to win a Super Bowl, like it is, because it's very difficult to do. And I feel like winning 3 is really hard to do, but it's in my grasp. You got to understand, it's in my grasp. I'm a little bit arrogant this year. I'll give you that. Like, I don't have a draft board in front of me. I'm doing this purely off the top of my head, purely off feel right now. I feel like I'm experienced enough to go off of feel. Like, I really am. I feel like I'm so experienced in this draft now, such a veteran, to know what it takes to win a championship, that I'm just going to go off feel.
The only thing you're going to be feeling is the ass kicking of a lifetime.
You drafting off vibes this year, Ezra?
Just vibes. Just vibes. No thoughts. Just vibes.
All right. Do we want to recap the 2025 draft? Matt, I know you probably don't, but Ezra, I think you might.
Oh, definitely.
So let's pull up the results from last year.
So people know what happened.
All right. So in the first round, we had Matt going tried and true with Gervonta Tank Davis. We
2
saw
years
him
in a row, I picked Tank with my first pick.
2 years in a row, you were wrong.
We saw Gervonta Tank Davis have a draw with Lamont Roach. Disputed draw. Some felt he won, some felt he lost, some felt the draw was justified. Ezra, safe pick first round. Naoya Inoue.
Not the safe pick, the right pick. Not the safe pick, the correct pick. And you didn't point out that Gervonta Tank Davis couldn't make it to a Jake Paul fight. Let's not forget that huge blunder.
Okay, well, that is true. He also scheduled and failed to make it to a Jake Paul fight after 2 press conferences were had for the fight.
Yep, where he showed little effort.
From what
He was always in the press conferences. I know that.
From what I heard, Tank finished the year 2-0-1.
All right, let's keep it rolling.
All right, in the second round, Ezra circles back with the Mexican monster, David Benavidez, who we saw have a good year. He got a win at light heavyweight, two wins at light heavyweight, I believe. And then now we're seeing him move up in 2026 to cruiserweight. We'll see who gets him in this year's draft. I imagine he's going to be an early pick. Matt took who he thought would be one of his opponents for that year, Canelo Alvarez, who, in Matt's words, we saw take one of, if not the worst loss in boxing history in 2025.
Oh, man. And he fought Skull. And he fought Skull to no one's excitement. He fought Skull to no one's excitement.
In what Brunch Boxing voted the worst card of the year.
Yes.
All right. So I'm not going to spend as much time going through the next books. Ezra really crushed the draft. So third round, we had Brandon Figueroa, lost to Stephen Fulton.
Just real quick, I don't want us to get too caught up on this, but Matt, what was your thinking on the Brandon Figueroa at number 3 pick? I'm just curious.
Do you remember that? Why you picked him?
Yeah, I thought he was going to have a big year.
Ezra,
okay. We go faster now.
Ezra takes the second undisputed champion of his draft in the third round with the heavyweight champion Alexander Usyk, who we saw beat Daniel Dubois. And did he fight? Who else did he fight in 2025? Was it? That was it. Was it just Dubois? Okay.
Yeah.
He's a once-a-year fighter now. That's all right. Fourth round, Bam Rodriguez for Ezra, Jaron Ennis for Matt. Both great picks. Fifth, Errol Spence for Matt, who failed to make an appearance in the ring. Actually, wait, did he make one appearance in the ring post-fight, I believe? I believe he had a face-off in the ring.
That was the year before.
Oh, so he couldn't even get in the ring this year. You got further and further away
in the ring. Ezra took the comeback king, Devin Haney.
That was a great pick, Ezra.
Yeah, of course. We also skipped our Virgil Ortiz, but that's all right.
I did. Sorry. Fifth round was Virgil Ortiz. The sixth round was the dream Devin Haney for Ezra, who Matt picked Daniel Dubois. We already went over what his year, kind of how his year ended. Jamel Charlo, who also failed to enter the ring against Emmanuel Navarrete.
He's back in the gym, though.
That's great. It's good to hear.
Matt picks Caleb Plant in the eighth round against Ezra's Hamza Shiraz.
Oh.
Gary Antoine Marshall in the 9th round. That was a good value pick for Matt.
That's a great value pick.
Good value pick against Kenshiro Taraji.
Yeah, and that didn't pay out for me this year.
10th round. 10th round was brutal. Ezra, you got great value. You got Shakur Stevenson in the 10th round. Yep. And Matt had the right idea. I see the vision of where this pick was going. It just didn't work out with Jake Paul.
You know what, though?
Had a great year, to be honest with you.
Can we say this, though? Can I say this? If he does knock out Joshua somehow, some way, Matt would automatically win that draft.
Absolutely.
He would automatically win that draft. I would give him that. So that made sense because Matt knew he was in a desperate spot. By the time he got to round 7, he knew this is going sideways on me. So then he had to take a Hail Mary, and Jake Paul was the right Hail Mary there.
All right. So
face the boxing.
Also, it's funny because the way it played out, it didn't work out this way, but you would have had your number 1 versus your number 10 to end the year. That's also another funny thing that would have played. And you would have had to pray to win this draft. Your number 10 beat your number 1. All right, let's keep it rolling.
All right, let's keep it rolling. Let's get right into the draft. Unless anyone else has anything else they want to talk about beforehand. Well, you know what, Ezra, you talked about your draft strategy going into this as just vibes. Matt, are you changing anything about your draft approach going into this year?
Yeah, I'm picking things that I know to be short things. I'm not swinging for the fences this year.
All right, good.
All right. Well, Matt, as we saw, we've deemed you the loser of the 2025 draft. So you have earned the first overall pick in the 2026 draft. And who will you be taking?
With the first overall pick in the 2026 Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Men take Naoya Inoue.
All right. Very good pick.
Super bantamweight, Japan.
Okay, what there was a fun thing we did one of the years. What do you expect his year to look like?
Nakatani, food.
Okay.
Bam Rodriguez, food.
Okay. All right. Is it my turn with my number 1 pick?
Yes.
With my number 1 pick, I will take the real monster, David Benavidez. David Benavidez already took over Cinco de Mayo. I don't know if people realize that. He took over Cinco de Mayo. He's moving up in weight. He is the real boogeyman of boxing. I am taking the first legit boogeyman that I have ever seen in boxing. Bivol doesn't want him. Canelo doesn't want him. He'll go up in weight to fight those guys. And you know what? I'm telling you right now, people don't believe me. I think heavyweight's a real possibility. If these guys ain't going to fight him, I think heavyweight's a real possibility. But this year could end with Zerto and Opetaia, or it could be Zerto and heavyweight, or it could be Zerto and Bantamweight, or it could be Zerto and Bivol. If these guys ever stop ducking him, it could be one of those things. I like where it's laid out for him. I like that this guy's gonna go and get it. I like that this guy is not gonna just sit there and wait. I'm telling you right now, I'm loving what David Benavidez is gonna do this year.
The COO of Brunch Boxing supports that pick, chiming in the comments saying it's a good pick, Ezra.
All right, Matt, at number 2.
Where are we going in round 2?
With the number 2 pick in the Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Men take Gervonta Tank Davis.
He's already slipping. He's already on the rope. Give me his year, Matt.
He's going to come back against Pitbull. And then he's going to end the year with another big event. He's going to fight 2 to 3 times in 2026. And he's going to win both. Gervonta Tank Davis.
Goodness gracious. Okay.
Hold on, Ezra. We do have our unofficial draft analyst again, the COO of Brunch Boxing, Mike Reach.
Doesn't learn, man. Matt never learns. He never learns.
Remember, you know when you're doing your Yahoo Fantasy draft and it's like, you could have got this guy in the next round. That's what just happened.
We'll see.
He just took my 20th pick, Huey. He just took my 20th pick. All right, let's go for number 2. EzRaw, the 2-time champion, will be taking Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson already has Teofimo lined up. It's already selling well. he's going to set himself up for another big fight after that. Shakur Stevenson has people with vested interest in him to getting him the fights that he finally needs to prove that he's a top level fighter. I like Shakur Stevenson's skill, his ability, and I think he's going to have the right opponents in the ring this year to actually show who he really is. I'm taking Shakur Stevenson at number 2.
At number 3, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Men take Jesse Bam Rodriguez Franco, super flyweight, USA.
Matt, remind people where you have him on your pound for pound list.
Number 4.
This is a guy who just said he was food. He just said he was food. He's been putting him down all year, but this is what Matt does in drafts. Matt lets you know that everything he says outside of when it matters, you have to look at it sideways. You can't take it 100%. That is hilarious. Oh my goodness.
We have a hot take. We have a hot take in the comments from the unofficial draft analyst. He thinks that was a reach. No, he thinks you were a reach.
Stevenson.
He thinks Shakur was a reach. Matt, he likes your pick, sneaky pick.
What I was saying, I think Bam Rodriguez will have a big year if he doesn't fight anyway.
All right. At my number 3 pick. I will be honest with you. It was going to be Bam. I'll be honest with you, but I feel very good at number 3 still. I will be taking the man that I think could be a pound for pound number 1 talent. A man that I think is in the right weight division as long as he could get the right opponents. That's the biggest question mark, and to me, that's the only question mark. I will be taking Jaron Boots Ennis at number 3. I'm loving the way this board is stacking up talent-wise. I truly believe everyone I'm picking with their abilities in the ring. I think Jaron Boots Ennis is a very, very, very solid guy at number 3, and he could. If he could get the right fights, there's rumors of a fight, percolating between him and Virgil. I don't know if that's really going to happen, but if he gets that in the ring, I think I'm in a really good spot here.
All right. Matt, for your 4th round pick, the 7th overall pick in the 2026 Brunch Boxing Boxer Draft, who do you take?
With the 4th overall pick in the 2026 Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Men take Gary Antoine Russell, junior welterweight, USA.
What kind of year, Matt? What kind of year is he going to have?
He's going to beat Hirioka in February.
Okay.
And then he's going to have a big event against Lamont Roach later this year.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
As for your 4th round pick.
My 4th round pick will not be a big name. Won't be a big man, but it'll be a lot of ability. I will take Oscar Collazo with my 4th round pick. I think that this guy is a top level talent. I think he's going to, of course, be underappreciated because people don't watch him, but I think that he has he can run through some names. He can really stack the resume. For these lower weight fights are not the hardest to make, so he can have a decent schedule in the year. I'm taking Oscar Collazo. I like the talent here.
I like that pick. Matt, we're almost halfway through the draft. This is the midway point. Who are you taking?
With the 5th pick in the Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Men take Alexander Usyk, heavyweight, Ukraine.
Oh, what's his year looking like, Matt? Come on, let's be honest. What is his year looking like?
I don't want to say, but it's shaping up good.
I'm surprised I spelled that first name right.
All right. Well, I think me and you both know what you think is good. What you just honestly picked to happen this year. But all right, is it my turn, Huey?
It is your turn. Finish the first half of the 2026 draft for us, Ezra. With the 10th overall pick, who are you selecting?
I really can't believe I'm getting this guy here. I really can't. I'll be honest with you. The Usyk pick it's a good value pick, but he doesn't have the opponents this year. Unfortunately, he will not step in with the right guys to have the opponents this year. I'm going to take the man that, to me, that was a comeback fighter of the year. I'm going to take Devin Haney for my 5th pick. Or is it my 5th pick or 6th?
This is your 5th pick.
My 5th pick, Devin Haney. I'm gonna take Devin Haney. Devin Haney to me is a top, maybe the top talent at 147. Now there's one man in there that, like I said, it might be trouble for him. You know, I mean, the one man in there, but everyone else, I think he for sure beats, and he might move up in weight and beat a lot of guys there. And the other guys move up from 140. He's gonna beat a lot of them too. So I'm gonna take Devin Haney.
All right, Matt, we're entering the back half of the draft. Your 6th round pick, the 11th overall pick of the draft, is going to be.
With my 6th pick in the Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Man take Saul Canelo Alvarez, super middleweight, Mexico.
All right. Matt, I'm the Canelo fan of the group here. I think that still is like we'll claim that. So I need you to explain this one to me because he wouldn't have been on my board.
Canelo will be back, and he will be victorious. Mark my words.
It's a big gamble. It could have a large payoff. You know what? Here's the thing. I asked you this question, I believe, on the recent episode of Brunch Boxing. We were going over our New Year's resolutions. And you think that your number 6 pick will fight Ezra's number 1 pick. So if that happens, we'll see how that fight goes.
Hey, I pray, because even in that doesn't work out for Matt. That doesn't work out for Matt, even in that. The only way this works out for Matt, the only way. You know what? No, I'm not even going to say anything. Let's keep moving with the draft. Your
6th round pick, the 12th overall pick of the 2026 draft, is going to be who, Ezra?
It will be Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz, to me, I keep telling you, he has the people that don't compare him enough to is Mike Tyson. This dude is an aggressive pressure fighter, but with athleticism, with good legs, we could do stuff that most fighters can't do with explosiveness. Now, look at it. If they make this Boots Ennis fight, one of my guys eliminate another guy, but I really think that those I still put you in a good spot because I own both guys. I'll have both guys. But the other thing is if he fights the other guys, I think he's gonna wreck everybody else. If Earl Spence actually did step in the ring with him, he would wreck Earl Spence. If Pandora stepped in the ring with him, he would wreck Pandora. If Xander Zayas stepped in the ring with him, he would wreck him. I'm telling you, this guy's the truth. And if he went to middleweight, we know what would happen there. So I am taking Virgil Ortiz with that pick.
Matt, your 7th round pick for our draft here. Just to recap what you have so far through 6 rounds, Matt has taken Naoya Inoue, Gervonta Tank Davis, Jesse Bam Rodriguez, Gary Antoine Russell, the only heavyweight of his team so far, Alexander Usyk, and Saul Canelo Alvarez. This is a light team for your team name, Matt. This is a light team.
Not a lot of meat on the bone is what some would say.
Depends on what you're looking at. Now, with my 7th pick in the 2026 Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Man take Osleys Iglesias, super middleweight, Cuba.
All right.
Osleys will become a champion in his next fight.
I just want to let you know I spelled that name right too.
All right, good stuff.
All right, let's go.
Is
Ezra.
it my turn?
7th round pick. Who we got to battle that?
I will take a guy that I think is very great value here. A great talent. Had a very shaky year this year, due to outside the ring stuff, not due to inside the ring stuff. I will be taking Keyshawn Davis. I think Keyshawn Davis already has a fight lined up early in the year, so he can get going right away and get the ball rolling. I think that he's, to me, one of the top talents. He's one of the guys that can be around for years to come, and I think he could have a big year. I think he wants big fights. I think he wants to prove what level he is. I like guys with that mentality. I like guys with that talent level. I'm telling you right now.
Do we want some we're in the home stretch of the draft. Do we want to hear some NBA breaking news?
I seen it say it because last time we did this, I will say this: the Knicks made a trade, and Matt nearly fell apart. Matt nearly crumbled. Well, let me hear the trade that happened.
Trae Young has been traded.
Whoa!
Do you know
already?
Do we know the details?
I am looking it up right now because it was just added to our comments.
To the
Already.
Wizards. Has to be to the Wizards.
Oh, it's to the
I'm
Wizards.
gonna guess. Yeah?
No, I thought that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I think it's to the Wizards.
Oh,
I think
no.
it's to the
Yep, it is. Trill to the Wizards.
Yeah, I figured
For
that.
who?
I figured.
For who?
We'll have to get more details on the trade here as the show progresses.
All right, let's go, Matt.
With my 8th overall pick in the 2026 Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Men select Xander Zayas, Super welterweight, Puerto Rico.
And by the way, he was traded for CJ McCollum and someone called Corey Kispert.
Okay, that's it?
There's probably some picks and stuff involved, but the full details haven't been.
Wow. Wizards just fleeced them, and a horrible trade for Atlanta.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get rid of him. I told you he had no trade value. I just want to make that clear. I've told everyone he had no trade value. They were just trying to get rid of him. That's hilarious to me. That people were saying, "Oh, that so many teams are going to want him," and I told everyone, no one wants this guy. There's no trade value there. Okay. What pick is this now for me, Huey?
This is your 8th round pick. This is the 16th overall pick of the draft. Do you want? We went over Matt's draft a couple rounds ago. Do you want me to give a rundown of your draft?
Let's hear his.
Yeah, let's hear it.
All right. So far, first round pick: David Benavidez, Shakur Stevenson, Jerron Boots Ennis, Oscar Collazo, Devin Haney, Virgil Ortiz, Keyshawn Davis, and your 8th round selection will be
Ryan Garcia. Let me tell you something. It's all lined up for Ryan. He's going to fight Barrios. He's a free agent. I believe that he will end up in a perfect marriage with PBC with the right opponents in front of him. And don't forget what I said. Never forget what I said. He will win the rematch. Never forget what I said. Ryan Garcia, I will take at the 8th pick. And Mike, like I tell you right now, Mike is right now on the draft board. He's Mel Kipering it. He's calling it. Like you say, he predicted that ahead of time. I will take Ryan Garcia. A whole lot of talent. You don't become you're not never the fastest and hardest hitting, and you're not a factor in the division. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I seen what he did to that YouTuber Oblivion, and I said, oh my goodness, this guy is ready to take someone. It's ready to take someone's head off in the ring. I'll tell you that right now. This guy is ready to go. He's training in a kitchen, but that's because he's about to cook this year. Who you got mad at 9?
All right, Matt. Home stretch of the draft, rounds 9 and 10. Make them count.
With the 9th pick in the 2026 Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Men select Richardson Hitchens, Junior welterweight, USA.
I like this gimmick you got where you're announcing like where they're from and their weight class.
Richardson Hitchens will successfully defend his title at least 2 times this year. He will find himself a good promoter, and he's going to get some big matchups. Richardson Hitchens, ladies and gentlemen.
9th round pick, Ezra, same thing. Home stretch. Make these picks count.
This is where it's won. This is where the draft is won. I will take a man that became a world champion last year. I'll take a man that I thought was in one of the should have been a contender for fight of the year. I will be taking Abdullah Mason with the 9th pick. I think Abdullah Mason is not going to have maybe some super name on his thing, but he's going to have some decent little 2 to 3 fight run in this year, and I think he's going to look impressive in it. I think Abdullah Mason's only going to get better. I think he's one of the better offensive fighters in boxing, and I think that he's a really good value pick here because he could be one of the top talents in boxing.
All right, 10th and final round. This is where you can win the entire draft, Matt. Last year you picked Jake Paul. Again, the vision, you had it right, but just didn't come to fruition.
I have 2 picks that I have 2 guys in my name right now. You might be deciding who I pick at number 10, but let me tell you something. They're both home runs. I'm clinching up on the baseball bat right here, and I'm swinging. I'm digging in right here for this one. So you tell me what you got, because this is where you shine. This is where your creativity comes out. I'm curious what you got for me, Matt, at number 10.
Who do we have as your final pick of the 2026 Brunch Boxing Boxer Draft, Matt?
With the 10th and final pick of the 2026 Brunch Boxing Draft, the Brunch Boxing Big Beefy Men select Jamal Charlo,
And I want to make sure that
super
I'm
middleweight, USA.
Okay, you said super middleweight USA.
Oh my god!
This is where drafts are won and lost.
Oh
Ezra,
my goodness!
who is our Mr. Irrelevant?
There was two guys that I had in mind.
Before we ask that, do you want to comment on Matt's last pick?
It was ridiculous. It was a ridiculous pick. I'll tell you that right now. I thought he had something truly creative for me. I thought that Matt was really going to bring it this year. And it turns out that he had about 2 good picks in him. And then it was a lot of misses. I'll tell you that right now. It's pretty much what I expected from Matt, right? I was hoping, you know what? It was more fun when he was more creative. I'll tell you that. At least it was fun. It was a fun draft when he was creative. But now with the last pick, this is... I can't believe this. I can't believe that. I thought I was really going to have to sweep a home run. I'm not going to go with the crazy pick I was going to do. Let me do the safe one. Now, this is someone that Matt talks about every week. They say, when is he going to do it? Oh, he's avoiding these fights and this. And then, this guy made himself not look too great when he said, I don't want to drop in the rankings everywhere else. But I'm going to be taking the guy that I think is a future heavyweight star. We're talking about heavyweights. I'm going to take the guy that's the next man up, in my opinion. I will be taking Moises Atama. I think he will be a world champion by the end of this year. I think Moises Atama will be the most feared man in heavyweight by the end of this year. I'm going to be taking Moises Atama. Now, I want to let you know there was between 2 guys who I was going to pick in this last pick. 2 guys, 2 men. One was Moises Atama. The other was Terrence Crawford, because he will be fighting Canelo Alvarez in September. That's why the other one was, because I was like, might as well take Terrence Crawford. He comes back, gets the payday, and smacks around Canelo again in September. But you know what? Because Matt didn't go too crazy the last pick, I said, I can play safe. Let me take Moises Atama for 3 knockouts this year. Sorry.
No, you had it right. With the level of competition he faces, it might be 3 in 1 month.
Oh man, every year the draft comes and every year I get the W. It's insane. Every year.
I
We gotta do a recap.
I did very well with this draft. Who are some names that was on your board but just couldn't get selected, Ezra?
I should have a guy that I regret not taking. I could have took he's gonna have a big fight. We know it's coming. Junto. I thought that the Junto would have been worth the chance of picking. I do think the Junto, like I said, I get Inoue is going to be the favorite in that fight. A lot of people will be picking Inoue. I think if we get closer, it's going to become a little more mixed, and I do think that Junto is going to be in that fight. So I do kind of regret not picking.
He's going to be in the fight because he's going to show up, but he's going to get the hell beat out of him.
All right, I'm just saying if I would have got Junto at 10, that would have been pretty damn solid. Like that would have been a good gamble there because he already has the big fight set up.
My last guy that was off the board, I think he's going to have a big comeback year. David Morrell. I think David Morrell becomes a champion again this year.
I can see that.
He's gonna get one of those names before David Benavidez does. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to run down the draft board for both Matt and Ezra. I'll go Matt's team first, and then Ezra's team just going from 1st to the 10th round here. In the 1st round, Matt drafted the monster, Naoya Inoue. 2nd round, Gervonta Tank Davis. 3rd round, Jesse Bam Rodriguez. 4th round, Gary Antoine Russell. 5th round, Alexander Usyk. 6th round, Saul Canelo Alvarez. Osles Iglesias in the 7th round. Xander Zayas, Richardson Hitchens, and Jamal Charlo to close out the 8, 9, and 10.
We're going undefeated this year.
There's a lot of potential for big events and big fights in that list. Ezra, I would say, has an equally strong team though. We start off with the Mexican monster David Benavidez, Shakur Stevenson in the 2nd, Jaron Boots Ennis at 3rd. Oscar Collazo at 4th. That I think that one's gonna hurt you taking him that early. Devin the Dream Haney at 5th. Virgil Ortiz Keyshawn Davis, Ryan Garcia, Abdullah Mason, and Moses Atalma to close out the draft.
Interestingly enough, Ezra, you got quite a bit of top rank guys. You don't believe top rank is going to have a home this year to make big fights?
It's all right. You know how I know they're going to make big fights? Because they got to send in other promotions to make them. So that's why I feel really great about it, because I know these fights are going to happen because they're going to go to other promotions to fight top guys.
Before we bring in our draft analyst, the COO of Brunch Boxing, Mike, I want to bring up this comment from our official historian of Brunch Boxing, EzRaw, saying that picking Atalma but not Richard Torres is ridiculous.
And Richard Torres had the guts to take the IBF eliminator against Frank Sanchez.
Also,
we just got to find out if he has the ability to win it.
This is an interesting one.
I love taking fights, but we got ability to win it.
Matt has the top 3 fighters in the yearly EzRaw pound for pound list.
I told EzRaw I will be leaning heavily on his list this year because I thought he had an excellent list. And you know what, EzRaw? A victory for me is a victory for EzRaw.
Mike, welcome to the show. Welcome to the 2026 boxing draft. What are your thoughts on each team selections? Where do you think where there was value? Where do you think was a reach? And who do you think has the better overall draft?
Yeah, I hate to say it, man, but I think Ezra got the better overall draft. I mean, getting David Benavidez is big. Because so many people are just avoiding him. You know what I mean? So Tank is just a huge risk right now. Huge risk. That's the problem. You got a lot of risky guys, Matt.
I know something you don't know.
You see? This guy, that's his thing too, is this guy will do insider trader.
Yeah, here's the thing. I want this to be on the record, Mike. I want this to be on the record. I won this with Matt having insider information and using EzRaw's list. So in a way, I beat Matt's sources and EzRaw and Matt in this draft when I went at the end of the year.
I know something you don't know, dude.
Mike, what do you think was the best pick in the draft? So kind of going back to that value question.
Ryan Garcia
in the 8th, you think was the best pick?
Yeah.
A lot of value there, Mike. A lot of value. And we already know he has Barrios lined up. He has a world title lined up. If this is saying a lot, like I said, if the man could get his head on straight, that's saying a lot. But if the man has his head on straight and he maybe stops training in his kitchen, we might be able to do something special this year. And I told you, and I'm telling you again, he's going to win the rematch.
That's the thing. He could beat your 5th pick, so that's why it's like,
Yeah, but you know when you handcuff in fantasy football, right? I got a lot of handcuffs here. I'm protected either way, almost in a way.
So, and Mike, on the other end of that, what do you think was the worst pick?
Collazo. I think Collazo was
really.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I like Collazo as a pick. I think he could have a successful year. I just don't know if it's going to be significant enough to really pick him in the first half of the draft. I'm with Mike on that one.
I'm picking high upside right there.
From the listeners, Gritty says these lists are close. Sibby says Ezra got the better lists. I do also want to call attention to Sibby's comment from earlier in the show. He said everyone on Twitter is on Ty Space. Meanwhile, he's here. He wants Listener of the Year this year. He's going for the award. He wants to make it known he was here, not in the space.
Yeah, that's true. Sibby's making a run for it. I don't like being counter-programmed. Now, people will say, oh, well, Ty was up first, but people knew we were doing the draft this year. People knew that the draft was happening this year. And let me tell you something. I don't care if there was only one person here to listen to the Sibby or if there was 1,000 people here. I just need someone to know that I beat Matt, I beat his sources, and I beat EzRaw.
Matt, what are your thoughts on both your draft and Ezra's draft?
Obviously, I think I got the better of the draft. I am surprised that Ezra took a few guys who I don't think are going to have big fights this year. I don't think Devin Haney's going to have a big fight this year.
Okay.
And I don't think Jerron Boots Anderson is going to have a fight this year. And if he does, That's gonna knock off one of the guys on your list, Virgil Ortiz.
It'll be a big year for one of them. I'll tell you that right now. It'll be a big year for one of them.
Interesting picks.
I'll tell you what Matt just did right now when he said he won. He was a guy that clearly lost 12 rounds and still raised his hand at the end of the fight. He walked around. And everyone at home was like,
Well,
this guy can't.
we'll let the people decide.
Yeah, we'll
right.
we'll make a poll about this here afterward. We'll put both teams up with the graphic and let the listeners have a voice on the Twitter profile.
Yeah, we'll let the people decide, Ezra.
Hey, Mike and Huey, who are the biggest guys that are not on this list you thought should have been drafted?
Let's see here.
I guess I'll ask also.
I think Sebastian Pandora. I think
Okay.
He'll have some big fights. I would have took a risk on Manny Pacquiao.
Okay.
For another big event. So,
All right.
You know,
So
the guy who I didn't think was going to get picked got picked. Xander Zayas. I think he's going to have a good year. So.
Yeah, Fundora was the name that stood out as you guys were going through it that I thought would have a name. But and on the other hand of that, I know Matt's picking him to lose. But what do you expect Thurman to do after that, Matt? I'm surprised he did. Was he in consideration for your draft?
No.
Okay.
Because I think Thurman is going to end up losing to Jermell Charlo at some point this year.
Okay.
Sibby said he was surprised you didn't pick Rolly. Matt,
160.
how close are you to picking Rolly Romero?
I'm not excited about Shakram Giasov because Floyd Mayweather sniped Pacquiao from Rolly. I'm not sure if Rolly is going to have a fight that I deem worthy of being in contention.
Well, okay, gotcha. Sibby also said, Matt, I'm surprised you didn't pick Teal since you think he beat Shakur.
Well, T.O. might beat Shakur.
Okay.
But there's a guy at 140 pounds with that IBF strap that I picked.
Okay.
That I think would beat the winner of that fight.
I'll tell you right now, the winner of that fight, right, if it is Teofimo, will be going up to 147 and fighting either one of my guys, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. And let me tell you something, he ain't going to win either of those matchups if he somehow were to beat my number 2 pick, but he ain't getting past my number 2 pick. I'm telling you, man, I got real guys on this list. These guys are guys, you know what I mean? So I'm telling you, these are guys right here.
We'll see. I can't wait.
Yeah, Fundora is really the biggest name that stands out to me.
Well, I can't take Fundora because I think Thurman is going to commit a home invasion when they fight in the spring.
Can I tell you something? After 20 boxers, it gets a little thin. I got to tell you.
Ezra, what's your year projection for your guy Hamza?
You know what? Like I was really considering Hamza. I was really considering him. I just don't know how this division is going to play out. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going to happen here. Everyone seems like they're all scattered. Everyone's rumored to be fighting everyone, and there's a good chance that we don't get these fights that all these guys are calling each other out for. You know what I mean? I've heard Lester Martinez was fighting Mbili. Then I heard Mbili's fighting Munguia. And then I heard Mbili's fighting Shiraz. Now, Mbili's fighting someone. Lester's fighting someone I don't know. I'm hearing that Lester is building up to a fight that makes no sense to me. I'm hearing now that Munguia is going to fight Armendez. Wasn't it Remendez or was it Resendez? And Resendez was supposed to fight Berlanga. You know what? I love this. Is a fun division. It's an exciting division. I don't know if I trust this division to get the fights made. It needs to get made. So we'll see what happens there. But there's a chance that Hamza Shiraz doesn't get the matchups that I think he needs.
The only thing that we know will get made is Osleys Iglesias will be fighting for the IBF title in his next bout.
100%. That's 100%.
The tornado is coming.
But I will say this. If Crawford is really retired and Canelo does come back and he needs someone to fight, I think Hamza Shiraz is the only option I really think could make sense for him to fight right now.
My vote when we make the poll, Sibby, is going to go to the right side of the screen, EzRaw Boxing. I think he had the better draft. I think Matt has the high. So here's the thing. Matt's upside is higher because all of these fighters can have significant years independent of one another. I think some of Ezra's fighters, to have as big of a year as they can have, need each other, but I also think that they can make significant events without it.
I made an ecosystem that it will feed off each other. And you know what? It might be just 3 guys that make it on top of that ecosystem, but they'll be the 3 guys that are probably contenders for fight of the year. I'm telling you right now, I mastered the strategy of this draft. Every time Matt made a step, I was 3 steps ahead of him. I don't know if you guys ever seen the Sherlock Holmes movie, Robert Downey Jr., where he sees like a move and then he's like, okay, left hand to his throat, other hand chops his leg. That's what I was doing to Matt every time he made a pick.
No, Matt, you said something while we asked about Tio that he might beat Shakur. Is there a chance that if Ezra hadn't taken him in the second, you would have taken him instead of Bam?
Who, Shakur?
Yeah.
No chance.
Okay.
I was just like that on that.
I was just wondering if Ezra had gone Bam in the second round, if there was a chance you might have taken him instead.
No chance.
Okay. I thought Shakur. So like this was just thinking about how Matt had picked fights. I thought Shakur in the second was a little early, knowing that he was going for Tio. But sometimes Matt doesn't give his real picks, so it's hard to go off of that.
I'll tell you right now, Matt really revealed himself in this draft. And that's the thing with what happens in competition. One thing I learned about when you're in the ring is that really you can't hide who you really are. You're really going to find out who you are, and you're really going to reveal yourself to everybody else watching on who you are. And Matt revealed who he was today. So when they do make this Usyk Wilder fight, I'm just telling you right now, I won't have it. No, the listener deserves more. I won't have it. I'll tell you that right now. So Matt better be honest on who he thinks is winning that fight.
The fans.
The era of heavyweight, Matt.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do we have anything else for the people? Anything else to look forward to before Saturday's show? Otherwise, close out the stream, Matt.
Is Mike still with us?
Mike is still with us. I believe he's on.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do the football breakdown.
Oh, when do you want to do the football breakdown?
Right now.
Let's do it on a space so everyone else can join.
Okay.
All right,
guys.
We'll go take over time space.
Here, real quick, I do a new segment. I'm going to try to do it every week. I don't care if anyone actually watches it. I'm trying to be consistent. It's going to get better as I do it more often. Just got to get used to the system and the format. I'm going to do a weekend recap of every weekend for the fights that happen. My idea is that's like for casual fans that don't get to watch all these cards or can't follow all these cards or don't know where the hell they are and they missed it. I could kind of give you an update of where we're at in boxing in the year. What you missed in the weekend?
60 seconds, like the deep cuts.
I'm not doing the deep cuts.
Something similar like this recently, so I'm glad that you're doing it because I really didn't want to have to take over it. So yeah, you do it, and then we can workshop it from there.
All right, I'm good with it, Hewitt. If you want to jump in,
60 seconds, Ezra. I'm telling you,
it's impossible to 60 seconds, especially with so
60-second shorts. Read some results. Talk about a big match. What you think happened? Trust me.
It's a YouTube short, no matter what. But it's going to be a YouTube short every week. I'm going to give you a recap. We're going to give you just a real quick what I thought the storylines coming into the fight and out of the fight are, and what I think we move forward to. Just something to keep people updated what's going on and keep them involved in the storylines of boxing.
All right.
I like it.
Well, this has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our host, EzRaw Boxing. He is our COO, the Mexican Alham Mike. He is our super producer, Huey P. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing, and we are out.